Hello. I am doing this because it's very uncomfortable for me, and I have started this and stopped it a few times, so I'm doing it now. So I'm here at the Coffin Club, and I am doing a shadow work group, and everybody is late, and I'm really cool with that because I have this wonderful book called The Gene Keys. It's called The Gene Keys, and I like to read it for the aspect of shadow that it discusses, and helps you find an easier path into examining your traits that you hide from yourself. So, the 42nd gene key is what we're transiting right now. I'm not going to explain what the gene keys are. You can Google it. But the phrase that goes along with it is letting go of living and dying. The shadow of this gene key is expectation. The gift of it, which is like the highest you can attain in a human body, is detachment. And the Siddhi, which is the highest of all, like the God mind version, is celebration. So you go from expectation to the God mind of celebration. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, but we're going to find out because we're reading it together for the first time. So I like to read about the shadow, and as soon as I find it, I will tell you all about it. There are two natures to the shadow. The repressive nature is grasping. That was the shadow of expectation. When expectation manifests through a repressive nature, it becomes an inability to let go and a continual grasping at life. These people simply do not want things to end, and they do anything to keep it this way. They do everything to keep everything the way it is. This is a deeply rooted fear of change. Obviously, everything in life does come to an end in order that something new can be born. There are many ways in which people resist change. Through trying to remain young, though not allowing our loved ones to go their own way, through clinging in some way to the past. This clinging actually makes these people gradually wither away. When we do not embrace change and allow things to die and decay naturally, we prevent life from renewing itself, thus sapping our own healthy energy and vigor. Interesting. There's also the reactive nature of expectation, which is flaky. The reactive nature finds itself unable to fully complete anything in life. This is another way in which expectation subtly undermines us. These people try to avoid disappointment, but by not really making any form of commitment in the first place. They move from one thing to another without allowing the natural life cycles to complete themselves. The dilemma is that they continually get stuck in the same old patterns. By breaking a cycle before it reaches a natural conclusion, they simply have to begin the same cycle again in a different form. No matter what they do to escape the negative patterns they keep repeating in their lives. No matter what they do to escape the negative patterns that they keep repeating in their lives. This can be a disaster in relationships and in their finances. People who are flaky have a deep-seated inability to follow through with things. They are unconscious victims of their own expectations, regardless of whether they are pessimistic or optimistic. I hate reading out loud. It's one of my many fears. When I was in high school, I was extremely shy. Well, always was really shy, but in high school, I made deals with my teachers the very first day of class. I would tell them, I will read for you exactly once when you call on me, and if you ever call on me again to read, I will leave. So they never called on me, which was very nice because we worked it out. And yeah, But now I'm reading out loud for my own pleasure, I guess. And maybe yours. But I'm done reading now, and there's still nobody here, so we still have it to ourselves. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna play my Shruti box and wail in your face. It's an instrument, and it's crazy. It makes a droning sound that love and light people find obnoxious. It's really bad when it's out of tune. There we go. Wow. Sorry, there's some open notes here that shouldn't be. Okay, that's better. You can also do it with anything in your house if that's where you are. Electric toothbrushes make a really amazing drone that you can sing along with a blender or microwaves. Microwave, my favorite instrument to sing with. Bad noises when I'm nervous because your throat contracts and it just really, yeah. Hi. It'd be cooler if you were here because then we could sing together and I wouldn't be so embarrassed. But you're not, so I'm singing by myself. That somebody's gonna come in behind me. And it's very scary. So scream if somebody comes to kill me, okay? Well, at least I know who did it. So you can pee on their face. secret is that breathing and singing like this makes you extremely high, in the sense of like you're just inhaling a lot. It's more oxygenating for your brain. And so afterwards you just feel extremely happy and kind of like buoyant. It's a weird word. Anywho, yeah, so it's really neat, and I think everybody should do it more often. And maybe if we sat around and did this more often with each other, we would feel not so alone and feel more connected to our friends and neighbors, and realize that everybody's just your friend.
Making friends.
Somebody's here.
Making friends.
Good job. Anywho, we're at Coffin Club. We do this probably every Thursday from 8:15 to 9:45-ish, and we're building a sound sanctuary in my backyard that will be open for these things as well. And I just want people to come sing, because I think singing and toning and making noise together with our faces is very well, it's entertaining and it sounds nice, and I don't know, makes you more attractive or something. Anywho, I forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh yeah, I'm playing a show tomorrow, and one of the songs that we're playing is called Reclaim, and it's, some of the lyrics were written after a ayahuasca session while I was sitting in a steam room, like one of those, like, I don't know, they called it the womb. It was just like this stone cavern that they locked us in and refused to let us out of. And eventually, after we'd been in there for who knows long, and like 4 or 5 people had already had nervous breakdowns because they wanted to get out, but the guy refused to let us out. Because, it's good for you to be told no every now and then. Anywho, so we sat in there, and then at the end of it, and he said in order for us to get out, we all had to, what was it? Say truths about ourselves that we could believe. And one of the truths that came out, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna have anything to say. I don't know, like, when people tell me to do something, like, my brain just goes blank. But this phrases just kept popping into my head, and one of them that got stuck, and it was, my body is my own. And when I first heard that, the first reaction I had was that no, I don't have control over my own body. My body is basically not my own. Like, I have no say over what happens to me. And so it took me a while in that room. I just started crying, and I couldn't say the actual phrase with enough honesty, I guess, or to just believe it inside of myself that it was true. And I just kept crying for a while, and finally everybody gave me hugs, which was really weird, and told me the stories about their bodies being violated and how they got through it. And I don't know, at some point it worked its way into my lyrics, and now I shout it on stage, and saying my body is my own in a way that is not just like with tears streaming down my face is like the most empowering I've ever experienced, most empowering thing I've experienced. So my reason for making this song called Reclaim, which is going to be played very first time ever tomorrow at Coffin Club, and we're going on at 8:15. If you get tickets online right now, you can get them $3 cheaper than at the door. And the last thing I was going to say about that boringness was, I'm singing it because I want you to sing it with me, because I want you to also experience what it is like to know without a doubt that your body is your fucking own, and what happens to it, you have a say over. And you may not have control over everything that happens to you, but you have control over how you respond and to how you help others respond in better ways with compassion. Because our first instinct when somebody hurts us is to hurt them back. Or somebody hurts somebody that we love, we want to hurt them back. But that's just paying it forward. Because people who are hurting enough to hurt others are so deeply wounded. They need our love. And that sounds fucked up.
It's true.
But it's true. That's the only way that they're going to learn that it's not okay to hurt others, when they are taught that they can love themselves. So anyway, see you maybe on Friday. We'll be dancing and singing and doing the sexy things. You know. Alright, bye. I don't know how to turn this off.